Peace, family. You know, I've been watching Paternity Court, and it's a pattern show, but it's very intriguing when I watch it, and it speaks to me as a self-proclaimed leader of my people. And three vital things keep coming out at me. It made me that inspired me to do this video. The first scenario is when a brother is the father. When the court has determined that he is the father. The one dude, he didn't want to participate in the upbringing of the child because he feared that the mother was going to use this child as hostage and keep him, just force him to do things. The judge told him that by you being ruled by this court, the parent of this child, you have inalienable rights and privileges attached to this child. And if this mother intervenes in any way upon your rights, then there's a process in place that can punish her for this. Then there was another scenario where the brother was not the father. And he had been supporting this child for several years. And the court has determined that he was not the father. There's also a process in place that he can sever his attachment to the parent and to this child. So he's no longer financially obligated to care for this baby. And there's something that we can do in the beginning to prevent all this trouble in the first place. Is invest in yourself. There's enough babies being born in the hospital that you could have paternity tests for every child that's born. I don't care whether you've been married to this woman for 20 years, whatever. Every child in this, and when you see this, it's like any corporation. If a problem keep coming up, then they're going to hire a department to handle this specific problem, because now dealing with this is becoming cumbersome. We're not able to conduct business, or you hire a candidate and this candidate has a felony on his record that you didn't know of, and you just took the time and expense to bring this person in, train him. He on the road, then you find out later on that this guy never should have been put in the truck, never should have been put on the floor, never been put in this position, and now it exposes you to all types of other things. So you hire a person just to handle the situation. As a people in this country, if it's been determined by the court that blacks are the father, and we have inalienable rights associated to this Constitution, rights and privileges that we are entitled to, then anybody who intervenes or opposes us in exercising and receiving the full benefits of these rights and privileges, there should be a legal process to punish them. Black people, we have built communities all over this country, and we have had them, just about all of them, destroyed by our opposers. And we utilize now one legal process to punish them and hold them accountable. This process in itself has to stop. We are not going to be attached to a country, and rights and privileges are already established through the Constitution and Bill of Rights, the right to freedoms to pursue happiness. It is in our right to build our own communities. It is in our right to build our own businesses, industries, and institutions. It is in our right to educate, create our own jobs, establish our own pay, if we are the recipients of this Constitution and its benefits. And if it's been determined by the court that we are not entitled to these rights and privileges, then there should be a legal process for us to sever our ties with this Constitution and this country. But we don't necessarily have to leave this country. After having white people over our heads for almost 500 years, and we're last in every statistical category that governs over our quality of life, that's your proof right there. The fact that we have black communities all across this country, and we have yet to establish our own way to educate our children, our own hospitals, our own way to finance our own dreams and ambitions, our own businesses, industries, institutions. We can't even feed ourselves. There's the reason right there you should sever your ties. And especially when you living in a country where if you do something to step outside the boundaries, America has no problem severing their ties from you. You so much as jaywalk. They can arrest you, sever you from your rights, privileges, and freedoms, and throw you in jail. You see NFL players, baseball players, whatever. They sign $100 million contracts. They post a comment on their own social media page, and they sever that contract. A parent do something to a child that the courts don't like or America don't like, they'll sever that contract with that parent and take that child from them. We have to have an ability to sever our contract. And how we do that is by building our own independent businesses, industries, and institutions so we can govern, feed, and provide for our own essential needs. There's no way that we should be able to be connected to just one source to feed and educate our people, just one source to govern over us. The descendants of our oppressors still governing over us, still deciding on our medical, educational needs. This is absolutely ridiculous. But as a people, there's 50 million blacks in this country. And we see all these problems keep coming up. It becomes incumbent upon us to be business-minded and incorporate our mentality just like a business. We need to invest in ourselves to provide our own essential needs and services. So just in case the court has determined that you are the father, you have an ability to take care of yourself, because these are the rights and privileges that comes with being a parent. These are the rights and privileges that come with being a citizen. And if you are not the father, and should be a path, and that path is paved with building your own independent industries and institutions. There's 50 million black people in this country. We spread the cost. We can invest in building our own and providing the paternity test for each child that's born. Whether you know the baby's yours or not, it's worth the investment. It saves you a headache. It saves you a lot of stress to invest in yourselves and find out for sure. And even if you are proved to be the father, and if you have never had a doubt, it still helps your brother, it still helps your sister, it still helps your people to have an alternative means to sustain your way of life. We should not be tied down to just one path to prosperity in this country. We should have multiple tasks, or multiple paths to our prosperity. This is the best solution to find out in the beginning. Just invest in yourself, people. Spread the cost across your people. Build your own core of businesses, industries, and institutions. Just in case you're not the father, you still have a way to provide for yourself. I'm going to end this video here. And if you like this message, and if you like this content, and if you like this pressure that I put on our oppressor, put a little pressure on that, follow, subscribe, and share button, and catch me in my next video. Ashe.